Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Today we have Cory Chalmers with us via Skype. He's the president and founder of Steri-Clean, and he's also a cleaning expert. You may have seen him on Hoarders. Hi, Cory.
Hi, Michelle. How are you today?
Good. So this must be kind of a busy time for you that you are a cleaning expert.
It's an amazing, busy time for us. Nothing that we've seen like this in 25 years of being in the cleaning business. To be honest, it's just unreal.
It is so unreal. So for anyone who maybe hasn't been introduced to you yet, just tell us a little bit about your background and how you became a cleaning expert.
Sure. So I actually started when I was working as a firefighter and a paramedic, and just going into homes and seeing some tragedies like suicide and death and just traumatic accidents where it would leave blood and stuff behind. And then I would see the families who were completely distraught, obviously, having the worst moment in their lives that you could possibly imagine, and then thinking they were going to have to go and clean up after their loved one. So that's where it started, and we just kind of grew from there into all these extreme cleaning needs that we found, where there was just a huge void in our cleaning industry.
That is such a story that I didn't even expect you to say, that that's how you came about creating this business, thinking about all of those people who went through tragedies that had to clean up, as many of us hope to never have to go through something like that. But then right now, we're kind of having to clean up pretty much the entire world and figure out how to transition our usual cleaning activities into something stronger.
Absolutely. And that's part of the problem, is everyone out there is trying to clean up this virus. And we're seeing just so many improper techniques being used that's really what we wanted to talk about, because we want people to be safe, whether they're the workers having to do the work or the people's homes and businesses that are being cleaned. We want to make sure that it's being done correctly.
So what do you think is the most important thing that we should all know about how we're going about cleaning right now?
I think the most important thing people need to understand is that viruses can live on all these surfaces. And with a new strain like the COVID-19, we don't know 100% all those facts about how long it can live on which types of surfaces. There's a lot of assumptions, a lot of studying is being done. But for example, a couple nights ago, the CDC came out with data from those cruise ships that were affected, showing the virus still present in multiple locations after 17 days. So the first data was it would only survive for maybe 2 days on hard surfaces like metal and plastic. Now we have to wait for more data to come out to show, is it really living on surfaces inside of our homes, businesses, where people have been coming in and out of, not even knowing they were affected, for over 2 weeks. That's a game changer for us if that's the case, because now we can't close a business or a home for a week, come back and know that it's safe.
Yeah, that is huge, because you might not even be able to, I don't even know if I could tell you everywhere I went, the last 17 days or the 17 days before we were all told to stay home. So you're right, that's just the entire world basically covered in possibly, something that we didn't know we had to worry about before.
The video that we put out just a few days ago really shows proof of how important not even the disinfectant is, but the actual cleaning process is before we apply our disinfectants. No one has ever really been trained in how to disinfect something. So they go to the store, they buy a disinfectant, they spray it on a surface, and they think, whew, I'm safe. But that's so far from the truth, because the studies that we're doing and the tests that we're doing show that spraying a disinfectant on a surface does absolutely nothing to kill any of the germs or the bacteria. So you have to really clean that surface first to remove what's known as biofilms. Those are just clusters of microorganisms. Could be bacteria, germs, viruses, and they kind of clean together. They're invisible, so you don't even see them. But we're getting huge readings on the surface that we have to knock that down, then apply the disinfectant. If there's any virus left, it'll absolutely kill it, because we have to penetrate that outer lining of the virus with our disinfectant.
So that is obviously huge. We have a little miniature kind of game for you. Should you rather, and this is something that we're all going to keep in mind, your answers. So should you rather use Lysol spray or Lysol wipes?
Well, absolutely use a spray, because the key to disinfecting is the surface has to stay wet for a certain amount of time. So whatever disinfectant you use, read the label, and it'll tell you how long the surface has to stay wet. It's called dwell time. So again, if you're spraying, for example, a light switch, that's a vertical surface. So gravity is going to naturally pull it down. So the top of that light switch, and maybe even the bottom, is not going to stay wet long enough for that to work. So if it says it has to stay wet for 10 minutes, you may have to reapply that spray, a few times within 10 minutes to keep it wet. A wipe isn't going to stay wet very long once you wipe the surface. So a better idea is to use the wipe, scrub it, clean it really good, Then even get like a clean paper towel, wipe it one more time to get any of that wet biofilm that's still on there from the wipe, get it off, and then spray a disinfectant for 10 minutes.
Okay, that's a big one right there, leaving the spray on. So should you rather clean with a sponge or with a towel?
I would rather clean with a towel. What we recommend is folding the towel in half and then half again, so you actually have 8 quarters to that towel, and you'll clean one spot with 1/4 of that towel, then flip it over so you have a clean part of the towel, clean it again, because each time you do that, you're taking a little bit of those germs and bacteria off. If you're using a sponge, it's all staying inside of that sponge, and that's why sponges usually start to stink after a while from the bacteria buildup.
All right, that's an easy one to remember. Ditch the sponge. Finally, should you rather clean or disinfect? Both? What's your answer to that one?
Again, it's absolutely both. We have to clean the surfaces first to remove those invisible biofilms to allow the disinfectant to work. So clean first, spray your disinfectant second.
All right, Cory, well, I know you have so much more to tell us, and that there is definitely a YouTube channel that we can all go to get all of that from you. I bet there's hours there. Where can we find you?
On YouTube, just search for Cory Chalmers. Also, my Facebook page, we update things regularly along many lines. The Hoarders TV show, we update stuff, but we're also updating a lot of information on the Cory Chalmers channel on Facebook. You can follow our Steri-Clean Inc. page on Facebook. We're constantly putting out any new information that we find and helpful tips for people to follow cleaning their own homes so that they're safe.
Thank you so much for all of those tips and for being here with us this morning.
You're very welcome, Michelle. You guys have a great day, and please stay safe.
We'll be right back with more Good Day Dateline, but first, a look at some of the fun you're having at home.